Radio.
Let's go!
With Sir Blackston and the Masked Hope.
Raw Impact Radio. I am Sir Blackston. He is...
Hashtag and still.
Wait, what happened? Where'd she go? Come back! Come back! And he is...
Hashtag and still. Reigning, defending, undisputed Raw Impact Radio champion, the Masked Hope.
Your mic. Mike's in there.
Oh, Mike.
Mike. I feel like we don't get a chance to talk to Mike as much.
Oh, no, I wonder where he's been. Probably somewhere in Hopetopia.
Yeah, I think he's a mural or something like that of you in your honor or something like that. Or
Yeah, I did see that. I was flying past that the other
it was
day.
one of them weird, like a hand stitched. He's your biggest fan.
He's skilled. Mike is skilled.
He's got skills. What's going on, sir?
Oh, another beautiful day in the world of wrestling. Well, I guess not for some people.
Well, yeah,
major
I
releases.
forgot about 20 or
many
so.
releases.
Oh God, so many. Oh man, you think that's the biggest news, and then like every day something bigger, like debatably bigger, happens, and it's like, dude, what? Where are we stopping? Where do we slow down on this thing? We got to talk about that. We got to talk about Jade Cargill officially signing with WWE.
Yep. Big
And,
news.
of course, your Q&A, some Raw results, and yeah, we'll be right back after this.
Sir Blackston,
Oh, motherfucking Moss.
the Masked Hope.
I hate when they make these groups and then they lose. How are they going to get over losing?
Raw Impact Radio.
Raw Impact Radio. It's your invisible man, the Masked Hope, and the one that can't be seen, Sir Blackson.
That's so
I just had
poetic.
the
That's
chance.
poetic on so many levels. People, how am I the one with the mask and you're the masked hope is what people ask, right?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. All right, so let's so Jade
I tell
Cargill,
you, we got to swap these title graphics, man. It's kind of
we might have to at some point. Let's put it on the tilt.
it makes so much more sense now.
Bro. So what do you want to talk about first, man? Do you want to talk about the releases or do you want to talk about the signing?
Let's get straight into Jade, man.
Jade, bro. Multi-year contract. Jade Cargill has officially signed with World Wrestling Entertainment. I'm fired up. I'm excited about it. Folks are making videos on how WWE is possibly going to fumble the bag. What do you think? I'm of the mindset. I think they have an entire office dedicated to fumbling the bag. These are the people that
At
come
this
up with.
point, I would not be surprised if they fumbled the bag. Like, I expected at this point is when we talked about it when Tio was on the last episode, we were saying I wouldn't be mad if they just had a double disqualification because this is what I expect out of WWE. I don't expect no quality extra superstar booking. I just expect them to come in and flounder, like not the first match, but like give her a month, then they'll start doing dumb shit with her.
So you're talking about even in the ring. I'm talking about before she even get there. What's her name going to be? What's her name going to be? Is it going to be Jade Cargill?
It got to be Jade Cargill. There was a report a couple weeks ago. There was like someone Jada something, and they thought that was going to be Jade, but then someone else changed their Instagram name to whatever that name was because they filed a trademark on it. But she got to be Jade. Like what's the point in bringing her already established? Bring her in already established to have her have another name.
Hey,
I
do you know who the Intercontinental Champion is?
Ludwig Kaiser.
Gunther.
Gunther.
It ain't Walter. They can't wait to change
Gunther.
these names out here in these streets, man. I hope they don't change her name. If they were to change her name, what do you think it would be?
Something stupid.
Yeah.
No, she'd get to pick it, wouldn't she?
Like Jade Storm or something like that, or
Right, yeah.
Jade Monroe.
Beyonce Fire.
Beyonce Fire. Dude, I hope they don't do that. I'm afraid of I feel like they've already planned her first loss to Charlotte. Do you think that Charlotte hands her her first L? Who hands her her first L?
I don't know. Charlotte been sporadic lately. So
Sporadically
maybe not
popping
Charlotte,
up.
but I wouldn't be Nia Jax.
No, oh God, dude.
Nia Jax. She
I
just
am
beat my girl Zoe Stark, bro.
Bro,
Like, what the hell?
I have zero desire to see Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax just because it's not one of those matches that I really wanted to see. Now,
Hey.
what'll happen is they'll put them together and it'll be a fucking 5-star classic. is what'll happen.
You want that good stuff?
The doubt on your face.
Well,
Well, bro, that 5-HTP got me feeling real good right now. The mood enhancers are great.
I'll have what he's having.
But no, just so definitely, obviously, a lot of people are saying Bianca. A lot of people want her and Bianca. You are like the main champion of that. I know you guys had a T-shirt made up with Jade and Bianca's face on it, and you've got like a baseball cap and all of that stuff, and special, championship plates with Jade on one side and Bianca on the other. But
damn, you just gave me an idea. I'm gonna make that for real.
But
say less, fam.
Say less, fam. Bro, what if that happens when we're in the building at WrestleMania?
Oh, don't you tease me like that. I'm gonna just faint. I'm gonna, all the chicks used to faint for Michael Jackson and shit. I'm gonna just see me lay on the floor in the middle of WrestleMania.
Who was it? Axe was saying that he'd love to see her win the Rumble.
Yeah, that's actually the best booking for her, possibly, because then on the road to WrestleMania, you get so much other people saying, "You just got here, you shouldn't have won the Rumble." She could face off bunch of dream matches before she even gets to the championship.
Do you think that they do an AEW what is it, the TBS title run style run with her with the championship, if that made any sense?
I don't know. I feel that would be cheap to do that, but WWE ain't afraid to, be cheap and just steal somebody else's booking.
Does she need a championship?
Yes. Not immediately. I feel like she could wait until like WrestleMania.
Okay. Interesting, man. I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited. I'm just hoping they don't, I don't need her name change. It's a big deal.
No, I don't feel like they would. Like, I feel like she's big enough because she already had a Goldberg-esque streak. I don't think you need to change your name.
Yeah. There's plenty of names they didn't need to change. When did they start announcing John Cena as the greatest of all time?
I feel like that was just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm like, why are we doing this? It's not my goat. You're not my goat, Cena. What's that? What are we cutting this ad right now for your shirt?
I mean, since you mentioned,
bro, I mean, where'd you get this shirt from?
Oh, this is on the TikTok shop, man.
The TikTok shop.
Yeah, you can just like straight up check my page and scroll down to the TikTok shop. It's right at the bottom of all the title screen and all that stuff, and you can see this in there. A bunch with many others. You got Sting. You got CM Punk, bro.
It looks like a comfortable. What is that? What is that? Velvet? Like, what is that?
I don't know what it is, but it's silky soft and breathable.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great.
Mine is Gildan. I bought it a year or so ago from a Walmart and put a logo on it. But dude, now that's a shirt.
This is a shirt.
Fire.
That's some good shirt.
That's some good shirt. That's funny. So all right, so we're hoping the WWE doesn't fuck it up. We think that, dude, that thing is shiny as hell. I'm like, good thing I'm wearing sunglasses. We're hoping they don't fuck it up. We're hoping that they keep her name and all of that other stuff. How and where do you debut Jade? I mean, do you put her on NXT? Do you put her on main roster? Where on the main roster? Raw, SmackDown? If it's up to you, Masked Hope is Vince McMahon. I'm sorry, man. Just the idea of you writing up an NDA just popped into my head. Let's say you are calling the shots. Where and how do you put Jade Cargill into the mix?
Well, first of all, I'm not into blondes. I like them tattooed and colored hair.
There you go.
So, yeah.
So what's her name? She's just
Shotzi.
Shotzi, yeah.
Shotzi going straight to the main event. But no, I'm putting her straight on the main event. She does need to get polished, but I feel like she should get polished in the Performance Center before she even debuts instead of sending her down to NXT, because I feel like that devalues her to drop her in NXT for a bit. Then you're saying she's lesser than the main roster people already. If you bring her straight to the main roster, then you putting her like you're saying that she's worthy, she's worth it, and I feel she's worthy. She is a little unpolished, and there's a lot of people. I wouldn't say a lot of people. There's a fair amount of people that's on the main roster. It's not quite there yet, in my opinion.
See, I look at everybody, not everybody, but most of the folks in the main event picture right now, they all went through that NXT system. So guys like, Roman and Seth, who, the women's champions, like everyone went through that NXT system, and look at where they are now, and look at, like, I don't think that people even look at their time in NXT as it was, developmental, or they were trying to get on their game. It literally was just the polishing deal. I wouldn't be opposed to her jumping into the NXT deal. If I had to debut her, it may or may not be. No, because that's immediately giving her a title. I was going to have her beat the shit out of Becky Lynch. This, at No Mercy, and, immediately start to challenge for that NXT title.
Well, we thought that it was going to be her when she did that open challenge thing.
Yeah, exactly. But it looks like they're going to go in a different direction with Tegan Nox. Becky Lynch is about to go into a deal with Tegan Nox. I knew that. And, don't even worry about what was cut out of the show. So, but no, I'd have Jade Cargill jump in there somewhere. And then that way you can have her bounce between NXT and WWE.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they'll probably still have her bounce anyway, because they're trying to build up NXT so they could get a better deal, a better TV deal. So I could see her debuting on the main roster and maybe jumping back down to NXT every once in a while. If she does win the title, then just come show up on NXT every once in a while, defend the title.
By the way, how smart is it of the WWE to only have Raw superstars win NXT championships? Because it's all the same network. It comes on like the night after. You can promote heavily the day before. It's kind of brilliant when you think about it. But maybe that brilliance won't be the same when Raw either leaves Monday night, leaves the USA Network, and SmackDown comes over to the USA Network, which is the plan.
Right. What night would you like to see Raw on?
Well, the toxic asshole in me says Wednesday.
But I can guarantee you that they will lose viewers because, like, the WWE and AEW does share somewhat of an audience, and people will be flipping between, so they will lose viewership.
Absolutely.
Will it be drastic? Will it be? Because if you just look at NXT, when they face off against NXT, AEW is like 800,000 viewers regularly now. When they face off against NXT, 500,000.
Right.
So I don't feel like it'll be a major dent, but it'll be a nice dent in WWE's product, and I feel like Endeavor wouldn't like that, and the network wouldn't like that.
I just want to see the world burn, Master. Okay, I want to see a new war. All right. So I guess if it's not going to be Wednesday, that's the toxic asshole me. I don't want Thursday because I don't want to do Thursday and then Friday because I can't watch either day. It has to be Wednesday. I'm busy on Tuesdays. I'm busy on Thursdays. It's got to be Wednesday. Vince, I hope you're listening. Put that bitch on Wednesday. It's got to be Wednesday. Monday is, when I think about the idea of wrestling not happening on Monday, that is a life-altering. But wrestling's been on Monday forever, bro.
30 plus years.
For it to no longer
been on Monday.
For it to no longer be on Monday is a game changer like nothing else. That you know what I mean? I've never seen anything like that. What about you, man? What day would you like to see it?
I'm going for that Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Like let me take my whole weekend and chill. Wrestling. Bro, probably get burnt out, but wrestling Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with a pay-per-view, Saturday and Sunday.
Because WWE now, with Endeavor, they're talking about maybe having the UFC joints, the UFC pay-per-views on Saturdays, WWE pay-per-views on Sundays. So if you got Rampage or if you got an AEW pay-per-view on Saturday, it's too much. There's a lot happening.
It does. But this does open the door for AEW to change Collision now. Because if Raw leaves Mondays, then they could probably take that Monday slot. They'll have to go up against Monday Night Football. But
they're on Saturdays now, so they're basically going up against college football. So no, I'd love to see that. And it's only 5-6 months out of the year. Build up for that time that it's not around. I would like to see AEW on Monday nights because it's really smart for them. Because folks are so conditioned that Monday night, I got to sit down, I got to watch wrestling. I won't be watching Raw. Watch AEW.
Yo.
Bro, you just solved the world. Man, can we get...
Who do you think Jade Cargill is good for you against when she starts?
When she starts?
When she debuts.
When she debuts, if not Becky, I would definitely have her debut beating the shit out of Charlotte. I think we talked about this last week. I want her to completely demolish Charlotte like nobody's business. Is Charlotte standing next to you? Oh, shit. Can she hear me?
I'm sorry, Sean.
no, but I'd love to see her just walk in and just destroy Charlotte, just to set the tone for for what it is that she's going to bring to the table. Obviously Bianca at some point, but definitely Charlotte. Naomi, where Naomi at? I know they friends. I know they close.
Now I'm sad.
Bring Naomi in.
But isn't she world champion in Impact?
From what I understand, she is a priority.
Oh, really?
She's a priority.
I mean, I would love to see her back. Like, she's an Impact, and it's sad because she's bigger than Impact.
Yeah, she really is.
No shade to Impact, but her with that small audience doesn't look right.
It doesn't. She's a larger than life kind of. Have you ever seen her entrance in person?
I have not. I've not been so lucky.
Fire in person. I had the pleasure of seeing it twice. Fire in person. I wonder how she's impacted their numbers. I wonder how Naomi has impacted, Impact's ratings.
I would assume it's a nice growth. I haven't seen anything officially, but every time she does something, it's usually a viral clip on YouTube or something.
Yeah, fire.
She just did a table spot. The dude slammed her through a table one week, and then she dived off the top rope onto him through a table the next week.
Jimmy gonna pull up. Don't play.
That's what everybody's saying in the comments. Like, yo,
you don't play about his.
We'll bring the whole bloodline.
You want your ass whooped for real. I'm kind of hurt too, man. This has nothing to do with anything we were talking about, but they canceled heels.
I saw that. You're the first person I thought of when I saw it. I was like, well, so much for you in that show.
It sucks. So there's a character on there called the Rooster. So it's like a Native American dude, black dude, who I don't know if he was a wrestler beforehand or he learned how to become a wrestler, but he's really good. And not only was he on here, but he was also on Wonder Years. So it's like he lost two jobs. So that really sucks for him. Also, CM Punk was on the show.
Isn't he still commentating for like a MMA show?
He is. He is. I don't know. I haven't heard any of this stuff, but folks are saying that he may be sliding in little jabs here and there.
Yeah.
It's CM Punk.
As he would. It's CM Punk. Right. Keep that toxicity rolling.
Oh, man. Speaking of rolling, Matt Riddle was released by WWE. Oh, man, bro. Like 20 or so names, damn near. Probably a little bit more than 20. Released from WWE late last week. The top of the list for me, I mean, I get it, Matt Riddle. Okay, I get it, Dolph Ziggler. Shelton Benjamin. Bro, they let go of Shelton Benjamin. That was painful right here.
That hurt so bad. That's like Hurt Business is gone. Like there's no chance of Hurt Business now. There was always a small chance. As long as he's there's a small chance. But him officially gone now. Hey, man, how you get rid of Shelton Benjamin? How you get gold standard, bro?
Don't take this no kind of way, all right? Top Dollar was released, and they didn't release the rest of Hit Row. Shelton Benjamin was released, and they didn't release anyone else from the Hurt Business. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Not that I want to see other people released.
Yeah, no, I don't want them to get released, but it was like, are y'all actually going to do something with them then? Or are you just like making an example of these people?
What is the plan here? I'm hurt because Shelton Benjamin, like, and people were saying, maybe they don't know. Maybe they just don't know. But Shelton Benjamin put the money in the bank match on the map. Like, he made this a must-see match every year. Before John Morrison, before Kofi, Shelton Benjamin was doing that in that match. It definitely should have been a world champion at some point. I think we're in agreement there.
It's sad. He was in that class with, what was it, John Cena, Batista,
Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton. All four of those guys got championships. Got championship runs.
I don't want to say it, but what's the common denominator between those other guys?
I mean, look, it's so clear that the WWE had a serious issue writing for black superstars, which is the reason that we got like some of the like ridiculous acts that we got. To have a pimp in 2002. You know what I mean? To have a pimp in 2002.
I mean, I love the Godfather, though.
I love the Godfather, and that's his actual personality, which is the dope part that he got to be himself. But to have
a strip club right now.
Okay. So the Godfather, that was 2002. Maybe that was a little bit pre. What? But the other guy, Tyrus.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What was his name in WWE? Whatever the fuck. He was a pimp.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't he a pimp? Am I tripping?
Yeah, no, it was like he had fur coat and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know if they straight up said he was a pimp.
He had all the pimp symptoms. Like he looked, like he was definitely a pimp, bro.
Fur coat, top hat,
came out with Naomi. Yeah, exactly, bro. They had an issue writing for black people at that time. Some would argue that they still do.
They definitely still do. Just look at Bobby Lashley. What are they doing with him?
Bro, don't get me on what they did with the Street Profits this past week. No, but I mean, even like the way that the Street Profits are presented, like I feel like there's a lot more to that experience than a WWE portrays, and that's because they don't, and that's why I'm afraid of what they're going to do with Jade Cargill.
Yeah,
that's why I'm kind of nervous. I don't even know whether or not I made a point there. It was just.
I feel like you got a point. They don't know what
frustration.
To do with black people, basically.
Elijah Burke alone just pissed me off.
His run was sad.
They let that man go because they had nothing for him. Terrible.
Wanted to hurt business, and we're never gonna get it again. Some wrestling news source says these releases don't mean that they're gone forever. They could be back like soon. So I'm holding out hope he come back.
Well, now I'm trying to think of who that would apply to beyond like Emma or Matt Riddle. No, I don't think
I'm hoping Benjamin. I don't see Ali coming back, and Elias was great. I don't know why you release him.
Dude, they did so much wrong with Elias. They cut his hair. They gave him a whole nother character, and he still made it work. Like, he showed you that he can make anything work. Because Ezekiel on paper is a really stupid fucking idea. But 100%. He hooked that shit up. I like the Easy Kyle storyline, the whole deal.
Yeah. Kudos to him for being able to take this garbage gimmick and making people actually cheer. That's the same level of Damian Sandow. You're someone doubling your copy and everything he does. He made that work like a charm, man. Like, those are the type of guys you should push to the moon if they were able to make something stupid like that work.
Bro, when they had the family photo, I damn near died. Okay, when they had the family photo, it was Easy Kyle was hilarious, man. Yeah, that sucks. Dolph Ziggler, man. We talked about him last week on the pod. We literally talked about him the day or two before he got released.
Like, right? The WWE was listening. It was like, oh yeah, okay.
We got something for your ass. Nah, I think that's a big loss. We were talking about how Cody Rhodes could have possibly been Dolph Ziggler, and I feel it. It sucks.
Yeah, if Cody Rhodes stuck around, he would have been in that same situation. Just someone always fingertips on the main event, but they just pull you back down every time you get there.
Yeah.
But apparently he wanted to leave though. His last time he re-signed, he was ready to leave, and they convinced him to sign again.
I mean, they really weren't doing anything with him for years.
Exactly. He should have left then. But I would love to see him in AEW.
Yeah,
we said this last week as well. Him selling so many moves. I'd never seen him sell a Canadian Destroyer. I would love to see him. And he said in an interview that he makes it a point to sell things different from anybody else. So that right there, him going in AEW selling all kind of crazy stuff, would be great.
Who do you want to see him match up with over there?
It'll be kind of stupid because they were in the same company together, but Moxley.
Oh.
Moxley's kind of a different character right now, though.
Yeah, I don't remember too many Dolph Ziggler versus Dean Ambrose interactions, though. That would actually be pretty cool.
So it'll be an interesting one. Another one I would like to see him to go against is Penta. Penta is one of my favorites, and I know it's going to be a crazy banger from start to finish. Spot fest, just prime indie wrestling right there.
Yeah, I think you could have some fun with a guy like Orange Cassidy also.
Ooh,
that would be interesting.
That would be nice.
So
and can you imagine the hilarious spots they'll put on?
Oh yeah, come on. He's a comedian. Mustafa Ali. Where do you see him going in the midst of all of this? A lot of folks were saying Impact for him.
I'm seeing AEW because he's close friends with Ryan Danielson, and he's basically booking Collision right now. So I don't see any reason why he wouldn't go to AEW. And again, he's another one I'd like to see. It goes against Penta, Pac, so many others. Orange Cassidy, like there's so many people. What's his name? House of Black.
Aleister Black. Malachi Black.
Yeah, Malachi Black, Buddy Matthews. So many people that he's incredible in ring, and it's an injustice that WWE didn't use him.
He really is.
He's amazing.
But he's another one who's wanted to go for, or at least, at one point was saying that he wanted to go. There was, they were saying that potentially one of the reasons that he got released is this character. He had this political character that he was doing, and the folks at Fox did not want that character on there, with anything.
Oh, did you ever hear about that story where they pitched him a idea that he, quote, would never do, and it's speculation that it's like something racist, like what they tried to do with the Muhammad Hassan dude back then.
I could see them doing that. But this is why it's so important to have like multiple, a lot of representation in that writer's room.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see where this goes.
But then again, it all still comes back down to the old out of touch billionaire.
Oh yeah.
So.
Riddick Moss. Do you want to run through all of these? I guess Riddick Moss. He never got a real. I don't feel like he ever really got started on the main roster.
No, remember when they changed his character?
Yeah.
And the change of his character was literally taking away his music and giving him black trunks.
Right. Let's take your personality away. I mean, not that Madcap Moss was all that,
No,
was setting the world on fire.
No, it was nothing special. But at least it was something rather than you just made him a blank slate.
He showed that he can laugh on demand, like very loud and very annoyingly. So he's got that part down pat.
They done him dirty too. Give him something, man. At least remember Corbin had that bad luck Corbin or whatever it was called.
I love.
Give him something like that.
Oh yeah. He was. I was actually there the night that he debuted on SmackDown.
Nice.
I'd never not known who someone was more than I had no idea of who the fuck he was when he debuted. Just my blatant NXT ignorance was so bad. Folks were saying, "Yo, it's Riddick Moss." I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" Like, who is Riddick Moss? But I'm glad that he seems to be in good spirits about it. Him and Boogs seems to be in like really good spirits about where they are. So
I feel like they'll be all right regardless. They may or may not end up in AEW. Impact will definitely take them. I feel like they would get booked well on the Indies as well too.
Bro, Emma, do you see her returning back to Impact? I can honestly see her going back to WWE.
I could see her going back to Impact. She was doing great work in Impact.
Yeah,
I thought when they brought her back, they would have continued that, but nope.
And we're like, no, put her with Riddick Moss.
I mean, they're dating in real life. But
yeah, but still, So
that doesn't always work on screen.
It doesn't. And if you don't like establish it, it's because I think just for a while she was just out there with him and nobody said why. She's just out there with him. I'm like, well, can we get like an explanation? I didn't know they were dating.
Mace is another one I'm not too happy about. He was great as Dio Madden. He had great in-ring, and they didn't give him that chance to shine.
They gave him that second with Brock Lesnar. He never got his get back. Even at chances where he could, in like the Royal Rumble, he never got his get back on Brock Lesnar. Big dude. Was he like 6'7", 6'8"?
Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, no, he could have cooked. Top Dollar.
I felt like he just got dealt a bad hand. There was always reports that he was tough to deal with backstage the last time he got released.
There's so many things. When he missed that dive, first off, I was like, yo, he should try it again next week. He should keep on trying this fucking dive until he gets it. Because right. I wanted to see the dive. I don't know why they stopped with the dive. But, okay, you missed the dive. It can happen. It can happen to anybody. It's a dive, and he's a big dude. The fact that Michael Cole ran that shit into the ground like every time that he got to the ring, that was not cool. Like
they buried him like straight up. Everybody, there's botches every week. Why is this one the one that you're gonna focus on like that. Like somebody didn't like him backstage.
Yeah, because I mean, at the time, Michael Cole wasn't like just, well, maybe he was free on the mic because yeah, well, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Your job when you're out there commentating is to make these people seem as legit and professional and, dangerous as possible. So if every time he comes out there, this commentator who definitely probably should never do a dive, I doubt we'll ever see Michael Cole successfully do a dive.
Right.
That guy should not be commentating on like a wrestler's ability. If anything, have Corey do it. Corey can say that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
He's been there.
Corey's done dives. Michael Cole can't, he's.
Right. You shouldn't be burying the wrestlers anyway. This is your product. You're supposed to be building up everybody. You're supposed to be like, oh, well, maybe he had a slip there. Looked like he recovered nicely or something. Make it sound good.
For real. They did the same. I didn't like what they did with I like what they did with Titus. All right, he fucked up. That world slide thing, that they ran that shit in the ground. I hated it.
Vince loved it though. That's why they ran it into the ground. Vince was like, play that shit again.
Oh man, who else? Massey, we talked about. Dana Brooke, polarizing character on these Wrestle Talk streets. She'll be back, bro. She'll be back.
She's blonde, so
that's what I was gonna say, dude. She's good.
I knew what you're doing. I know where you're going with this. She was all right. She was never anything spectacular, so it wasn't surprising to me she got released. Sadly.
Yeah, I just a solid person in the ring that they could have fed to Nia Jax instead of Zoe Stark last night.
Exactly. That's another one. Her 90 day to not compete could have been, her injury.
They could have let her go this week. Like, just give her Nia first.
Yeah,
that's terrible. Dabba-Kato and Shanky. I'm gonna group these two together because they're both 7 feet tall.
Yeah, more than I could see being released. Shanky literally was never on TV.
Never. Was Dabba-Kato on TV? Like, was he on NXT?
Nope. I feel like he was for a short time, but nope. I think they was keeping him strictly at dark matches and main event when he was there.
I actually liked him in Apollo Crews.
I did. I forgot his name before. No, Dabba-Kato was his name before. They changed it to Commander Aziz.
Commander Aziz. I liked him as Commander Aziz. He was just like the heavy, but they never really pulled the trigger on Apollo Crews. They did random shit with him. One time he was just sitting out there. The Bloodlines locker room is like a sanctuary. So he's just in the locker room chilling with Roman, like in the Bloodline locker room. And you're like, yo, what is this going to turn into? Oh my God, this is great. Nothing at all. Nothing. Why?
That WWE always have such questionable things happening. There's never, continuity isn't really a thing other than a main event storyline. And that sucks.
The continuity.
I missed
the continuity with them is the confusion, and the continuity is the swerve of making you think they're going to do something and they're not. That's the only consistent thing.
I miss the days when, like, from top to bottom, there was continuity from start of the show to the finish of the show. Crash Holly always had the storyline going. Mid card, all the way from start to finish. There's a storyline for everybody.
He's got the scale. The scale isn't here sometimes and not here sometimes. He's always walking around with that scale because he's a super heavyweight. He's 400 pounds. Damn it!
And he's ready to prove it.
He's ready to prove it. Oh man, R.I.P. Crash Holly. That's it on the releases, man. From what I understand, there may be, of course, more rounds of releases somewhere down the line. So, if there are folks that, I feel like, I've been shouting out people's names just to kind of get them out there into the ether because I don't want them gone. You know what I mean? Just start doing something with this person, start booking this cat. I don't want to see him on one of these, you know what I mean? Yeah, so who knows?
I feel like the majority of them, all of them should be fine. They were in WWE, so their asking price should be pretty nice for indie shows right now, if that's what they want to continue with.
Yeah. Do you want to get into Raw, or do you want to?
Well,
yeah, we can
what's the other option?
Why not? Restart. We got like 8 minutes and 30. We got 8. I didn't see it. This won't be long.
Cody's promo.
What?
Looks like he's teasing he's gonna go against Roman again.
Yeah. How did he tease it?
We're not in the third inning anymore. I believe Roman or Paul Heyman said, we're only in the third inning when it came to their battle.
Well, what are there? There are 5 innings in baseball, right?
I don't know. 9, isn't there?
Is it 9 or 7?
I don't watch baseball.
I don't watch. I watch football.
No, it's 9.
Fucking Cody, man, always not being relatable. Who the hell watches baseball? Baseball 3. We're not in the 3rd inning anymore. Are we in the 4th inning? What quarter is that? Is it halftime? The fuck, Cody? Always got some shit. It's 3 periods in hockey. I know that.
There's 9 innings because I remember
It's 9
the phrase,
innings.
Bottom of the 9th.
Bottom of the 9th. Bases loaded. All right. Well, okay. So it's not the 3rd inning anymore. It's the 4th inning. Great.
No,
Great.
Now that we said that doesn't sound promising. You still got a long way to go.
Yeah, exactly. Like, all right. So this, Cody. I was watching. I was watching The Boys. Man, there's so much in terms of similarity between Homelander and Cody Rhodes. I'm gonna do a video on it. It's so much, just even in the things that they say. I'm like, dude, this is Cody Rhodes. Cody was based on him. No, he was based on Cody. Like, they're the same damn person.
I feel like he's just straight up lifting his stuff from Homelander.
Yeah, and it's intentional, and he's trolling us because he's never going to turn heel, but he's going to do all of the heel shit. Last night, they tipped on Damian Priest 4-1, and he still needed a chair to take Damian Priest out, bro. Why?
It's dirty.
You got everybody in the world, and they're just beating the shit out of Damian Priest. Cody pulls up with a chair. He's the Tupac and Juice out of that whole squad, okay?
Yep. Bishop on these.
He rapped Tupac. Well, he said Tupac. I don't want to say that he rapped it. He said the words of a Tupac song once in the ring.
Oh, did he?
So, yeah. So, bro, but Vincent Kennedy, I mean, we didn't talk about this last week. Is he still under investigation, like criminally?
It's I believe it's still pending. Last I heard,
Yeah.
like they're looking into stuff. The report I read was like, yeah, he is under investigation, and that may prevent him from fulfilling his role with Endeavor or TKO.
So that's interesting for a few reasons, not the least of which, if anything were to happen with that, and he weren't able to do it, this would be the first time the WWE is not run officially by any of the McMahons. And when you got a McMahon-free, board and a McMahon-free management team at the WWE, who knows where that's going?
I hope they wouldn't do anything too crazy though, and just like let Triple H keep the reins because he knows what he's doing. But I don't want them to like do something wild and like start bringing their people in there that don't know anything to do with wrestling. Because at the end of the day, the goal is to make money. So
yeah,
you should keep the people in there that know how to make money.
Got to get the return on your investment. My concern is if they bring somebody in that doesn't know wrestling, doesn't care about wrestling, doesn't value wrestling, and they're like, you know what? Why do we need new wrestling? We got 70 years of old wrestling. Let's just repurpose this shit. You know what I mean? Like, you never know where these people's mindsets are. And I don't know. That could be interesting.
Yeah, that's why it was so risky for Vince to straight up sell the company like that.
Right.
Because you don't know what these other people are going to do. That's what killed WCW, because once Ted Turner was out, the Turner Network didn't want WCW.
That's what I was
they
thinking.
Just got rid of it. Sold it off cheap.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. There's WCW and the way that it went down. Also, fun fact, Stephanie McMahon is still listed as a talent on the Raw roster.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear Shawn Michaels liked a anti-Stephanie McMahon tweet?
Oh, okay.
I don't remember.
That's
what it was
interesting.
About, yeah.
HBK out here. All right.
Did you see Dominic Mysterio versus Dragon Lee?
No, but I heard it was crazy.
I heard great things. Like people are saying, like this is the best Dom Mysterio has ever looked.
It is, according to those people.
I wonder how much of that is Dragon Lee though, because he's gonna show out because he never gets this spot on Raw. So did Dragon Lee drag him through a great match, or did Dom Mysterio actually like show up for one?
I doubt it. I think the Dominic Mysterio shows up for all of his matches. I haven't seen Dominic like really bad in the ring.
No, he's not. He's not bad at all. He's just not spectacular. He's not.
I think it's wild because Damn, why didn't I wear those? Those are the yellow shades. I think it's bad because Dominic's, and he's got his father, and he's got his father to live up to. And I think that subconsciously, we may not do it out loud, but I think a lot of people compare him to his father when you really probably shouldn't compare him to his father. His father is one of the best wrestlers of all time.
And his father's short.
And his father's short, so he can do a lot of, like, the 619 doesn't look as awkward when he does it, or, even the frogs. Well, Montez does the frog splash amazingly. But yeah, no, I think that Dominic catches a lot of flack because of who he is versus what he does. Folks shat on Dominic forever. I liked him in this match against Seth Rollins when he debuted. You know what I mean? I thought that he did good there. I thought he did good when he was a tag team champion. I don't think he's as bad as people say.
No, I feel like he's just getting, like you said, getting flat because of who his dad is. It's always that follow in your footsteps thing. That's why when Charlotte was wrestling in NXT, they tried to hide it as long as they could. It didn't last long, that her father was Ric Flair. Then everybody realized and started wooing during the matches.
Would you rather have seen Dominic go through the NXT system than jump straight to the main roster?
Yes. I felt like that would have done wonders for him. He's good, but he's not great. He could be a whole lot better. And if he went through that NXT system, I feel like he would be on a Wesley, Carmelo Hayes level because he actually experienced that. And he already had training from his pops.
Both of those guys were big on the indies first. Like, the Rascals were big on the indies. And fucking Carmelo Hayes was big on the indies, not as Carmelo Hayes, but as, I can never remember what his name was before, but he was big on the indies. I think anybody that gets that India experience and then you combine it with NXT, guys like Seth Rollins and all of that, oh my God, dude. Yeah, no, Dominic would have cooked under those circumstances.
He just needs experience. So he's doing good work right now, but give him a couple years, he'll be great.
There are some, like, I think that the crowd booing him is a bit of a crutch. I think it's a bit of a crutch because it means that now he doesn't have to perfect his skill against the crowd or his skill in cutting a heel promo. A, because he can't cut a promo because every time he opens his mouth, they boo him. And B, because you don't know what actually works because everything that he says gets the exact same reaction. So, yeah, I'd like to see him get a little bit more I like to see the crowd shut the hell up, honestly, during his promos, because I want to hear what Dominic can actually do as a heel. People were, I don't see how you could, people were comparing him to MJF as a heel. And I'm like, no, there's no way. MJF gets a great reaction. Dominic gets a great reaction. But in terms of doing heel shit, Dominic would have to take, like, heel steroids to get anywhere near where MJF is right now.
Actual mic work?
Actual mic work. Come on. It's like,
not even a smidgen.
Not at all. If MJF got the reaction that Dominic gets, he would eat that shit up and make that crowd, like, hate themselves at the end of the night.
Oh, yeah. Send little kids home crying.
Bro. And he's always been like that. He's all right, this turned into an MJF love fest. I didn't see Ciampa versus Ludwig Kaiser. That's going to be the theme of the day. I didn't see Ciampa versus Ludwig Kaiser, but how could these two have, like, anything but a banger of a match?
It was a pretty fun match. It was a good match. I forgot how it ended. I feel like it ended in shenanigans, though.
So they're still teasing a breakup. They're still teasing a breakup between Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. So Giovanni Vinci, he's something happened where the ref was checking on him as Ludwig Kaiser had Tommaso Ciampa down for the pin. He gets up to get the ref back over. Ciampa knees him. Match is over. So,
Ciampa just responded to someone on Twitter where they were saying, "What happened to you and Gargano?" And they were like, "I'm working on it."
Well, yeah. So allegedly during the commercial break last night, he was telling the crowd, "Yo, I'm trying to get DIY back together."
Yeah, I think that's the report I heard. They need to, man. Tag team scene is abysmal. You're not doing anything with Gargano or Ciampa. You could have them versus Kaiser and what's the other dude? Vinci.
Yeah.
Just
don't break those guys up.
Right there. That's what I'm saying. You got a beautiful match in the making right now. Why mess with that? WWE is so questionable sometimes.
Very much so. I did get concerned when all the releases were being made and I saw Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa trending on Twitter. Like that kind of made me nervous, but we're good to go, you know.
They would be stupid if they did that.
bro.
Like,
Bro, they've done stupid before.
you're not wrong. Like, you know they're going straight to AEW. Adam Cole and Roderick Strong already there.
Even though Johnny G could have gone there before
Yeah.
and made the decision to come back, and we see how that ended.
Yep. Should have left. But that WWE money though.
Yeah.
We did not mention Otis versus Bronson Reed. Some big meaty men slapping meat.
Bro, this is the man meat special of September. This is the Mass Hope man meat special, I'm assuming.
They did the little double crossbody thing. It's just nothing but solid meat just bounce right off me.
Oh God.
Like
Fire.
bumper cars.
It said bumper cars. What happens?
It was a fun match, man. Loving every minute of it.
Vince
Let's make Big E proud.
Damn, we got to get Big E back. Vince
But I need him on commentary or something, man. I miss hearing his voice.
I want to see him out there managing the New Day, except that Xavier Woods is really fucking good on the mic.
Yeah,
Like, he's really good.
He can't compete with Woods on the mic.
I don't think he can at all. But damn, it's a shame. Woods is the most talented member of the New Day, is what we were getting at last week, and he's the one that's probably going to get the least championship out of it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Except for tag team titles.
Speaking of the New Day, Kofi Kingston had a little banger match against Drew McIntyre.
Kofi Kingston has been handing out nothing but banger matches these past few weeks. He had one last week too. Dope. I mean, so Drew is he a heel? Like, what's going on with Drew? I mean, I've always thought
he's
he was
teasing a heel
but-
turn. He's there.
Yeah, I've always thought he was a heel. You know,
He would be better as a heel, honestly.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have much of a character as a face. He doesn't really have nothing to cheer as a face.
no. And he's already got like the life of crime, walking around with an illegal weapon. You know, there's no reason that he shouldn't be booed out of the building every week. Boo crime. You know,
Boo this man.
Boo this man.
But I feel like Kofi Kingston, I feel like they're kind of like, they might be elevating him back to that main event spot.
They're not. They're not. They're not.
Shut that shit down.
I hope so. I'd love to see it. They're not. Kofi can have a great match. Dolph Ziggler can have a great match. You know what I mean? Like maybe a run as NXT champion for Kofi Kingston. I don't think they're ever going to put him back in the world championship picture.
Well, now I'm
And
sad.
it's fucked up. I'm sad too. I live. You know what's the joint Avengers? He was like, how do you control the anger? He was like, I'm always angry. I'm always sad about Kofi Kingston. That's why
Sad
I'm
Hulk.
breaking out all the time.
What is he? What are you, blue then?
Exactly.
A blue Hulk.
Blue Hulk. Your girl, Joey.
Speaking of sad Hulk. Why is Nia Jax beating Zoe Stark, bro?
Bro, right out the rip, her first match.
That's what I'm saying. Like you didn't even like tease Nia Jax cheated or something to win to like keep Zoe looking strong. You straight up, she just sat on Zoe.
Beat her clean.
And let me mention how messed up it is that they're giving Nia Jax a finisher where she just sits on somebody. You're being a bigger girl. That's kind of messed up.
I don't know, man. The tributes to the bloodline. Maybe it's an Easter egg. Yokozuna, that bonsai drop. Maybe she's going to join the bloodline. She's not like most girls.
I honestly can't see that. She does not fit in at all. I know she is an actual bloodline member, but I don't feel her fitting into that at all. Not the story or anything. Because she feel like she'll be someone that would try to challenge the tribal chief rather than listen to the tribal chief.
If we had to look at Tamina, Nia Jax, let's say for shiggles Naomi comes back, which one of the three do you think would join the bloodline if the WWE were to pull the trigger on putting a female in the bloodline?
Naomi.
I
feel like she would fit in the best. But actual legacy, Nia Jax would be the one. Tamina has never really done anything.
See, I think if you're going actual legacy, you got to go Tamina. Because of her dad.
She never really done anything though worthy of saying I'm worthy of being this major bloodline.
Whose fault is that? That's Vincent Kennedy's fault.
You are so right.
That's Vincent Kennedy. I mean, okay. She did say that thing about, well, Charlotte, I'm gonna hit you so hard you're gonna end up looking like James Ellsworth.
Yeah, I feel like that was.
Do you remember that, bro?
I pushed that out of my memory, and you just brought it back. So
welcome.
I
told you I live here. Okay, this is my neighborhood. Okay, I live in Sadville. Okay, I was curled up in a fetal position before we got on the air. Nah, dude, but I think of the three, I could see Naomi going, most. But if they were going legacy, Tamina makes sense. But she I don't know that she's a fit. But she does like all of the lays and shit, like for all of their matches. Like she does all of this. There's a pretty big spotlight on her in that regard.
But I'm just not. I'm not thrilled at all that Nia Jax is back, and it's literally just a countdown to her hurting somebody. She hasn't yet, thankfully, but I'm not looking forward to her future in the WWE.
Are you going to put in the background a one of those 0 days without an accident, like a counter, John, and like you just take it down like every time?
They should. Well, rip the paper out.
Another without Nia Jax injuring someone. That's terrible. You're really legit thinking about that too. You're thinking about how to do it.
That's not a bad idea. I might just have the counter up every video. I was like, well,
see what they got on the TikTok shop for that.
Oh yeah.
Anything else from Raw? I know Dominic Mysterio, Dragon Lee. I think we talked about. What's the main event?
It did miss the main event. Judgment Day versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
How many times? How many times are we going?
3 million times. That's probably why I forgot. No, this already happened.
Yeah. How many? I'm so sick of this match. I'm sick of Cody being in it. And if you're going to do something with Cody, do it. Just please get him. Do something.
Legit, it's been every week for like a solid 2-3 months now.
And it's not
legit.
over. Like they beat down Damian Priest, which means they're going to continue this shit.
Yeah, I don't know what their goal is here. Just filling time, I guess, but it's not working for me.
Then they're going to have Drew McIntyre beat the shit out of Cody at some point, I'm sure.
3 more weeks of this, and then you'll do it.
3 more weeks. Good God. All right, so why don't we, anything else from Raw do we need to discuss?
Well, I think that's about it. I think we covered basically everything.
All right, well, let's take a break, and then we'll come back and do Q&A, and then we should be good to go. Back after this.
Sir Blackston,
Oh, motherfucking Moss.
the masked hope.
I hate when they make these groups and then they lose. How are they gonna get over losing?
Raw Impact Radio.
Raw Impact Radio, I am Sir Blackston. Of course, he is.
Hashtag and still. Reigning, defending, undisputed Raw Impact Radio champion, the masked hope.
People say, why do you play that so much, Sir Blackston? Why do you keep playing that thing? Because it's dope and he deserves it. That man beat the very best in the world to become the champion and has retained it, against the very best in the world, and he's the champion, but he beat someone who was like amazing and phenomenal. I feel like, do we need a 24? Can they do a 24 for a production show? Like, I feel like, that was your finishing your story, man. You did it before Cody. It's great.
I try to figure out how did I beat myself. Should be the very best.
Well, go on and keep this thing rated G. So, bro, let's get into these Q&As, man. Got a lot of really good questions. At AK The Real. What is your Jade WWE match you're looking forward to besides Bianca?
You said Charlotte. I am not looking forward to Charlotte.
No, I'm not looking forward to it. I know it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah, it's probably going to happen. I would love to see Becky, though. Becky, Bailey. Any of the 4 horsewomen, really, other than Charlotte.
Yeah, honestly, I'd like to see her and Sasha. I think they were talking about possibly having a match in AEW at some point. It didn't happen, but I'd love to see her and Sasha lock up.
That would be incredible.
Yeah. I think Sasha works well with like people who are bigger than her. Sasha works well with just about everybody.
She's skilled, man. That's another one WWE is stupid to let go.
Again, dude. Again, it's because of those women's tag team championships.
Yeah.
Who are the women's tag team champions right now?
Piper Niven and Chelsea Green.
Oh shoot! We should have put a timer up. All right. At yes, I'm crazy super. What is the most overrated storyline? That's a good question.
That's a good question. I don't know if I can answer that.
I don't know that I have a really overrated storyline. I'm trying to think of like, I think the Bloodline has kind of redefined what a storyline is in the WWE to the point where I've been looking to compare it to anything, and there's nothing that I can compare it to from the WWE.
Yeah, no, this has been the best thing ever, really, because there's nothing that's been real life and kayfabe this perfectly in ever.
I mean,
There's really nothing to.
You could argue Matt Hardy and Edge, but it never got great. You know what I mean? It never got to the point where like I was tuning in just, oh shit, what's going to happen with Matt Hardy and Edge this week? You know what I mean? With Lita. But it did dip into reality and like some of the, something that was actually happening in real life. I got nothing in terms of overrated storylines because I can't think of a fucking like just a really good storyline that people were saying, yo, this is the best storyline ever.
Yeah. No, I can't really think of anything that's overrated either. Everything I could think of was actually great storyline. You know what? Mega Powers. The whole situation with Macho Man
and Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. Yeah. I'd say that's overrated.
Yeah. Was that a storyline, or I guess that was a storyline because you had
because they were fighting over
Miss
Elizabeth, and there was actually friction in real life because like Hulk Hogan was telling her that Macho Man was cheating or something like that.
Yeah,
I'd say that was overrated, but
Riz Hogan.
I'm just not a fan of Hogan.
Mr. Steal Your Girl, brother. I'm trying to think of another really good one was so like Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels, you know what I mean? Like the whole thing, the way that Chris Jericho made that transformation into Suit Jericho and punching Shawn Michaels' wife in the face. I thought all of that stuff was great. I really can't think of
I wasn't watching during that time. I believe that was the time I took a break.
You know what? Oh, this is bad. All right, don't tell Tio or Cubby or any of those guys, right? Overrated storyline, the one that needs to get finished. Whatever story it is that Cody is trying to finish, that shit's overrated. I don't care. My brother and my dad were never champions, so I need to be. So I need to beat Roman Reigns to be champion. That's an overrated storyline.
I don't feel it's overrated.
Nobody's dad and brother were champion.
I feel like it's accurately rated though. Like it's not like the prime thing.
What's the story there? Is it what I just said?
To win the champion, yeah.
Because that shit's overrated.
Yeah, but his dad was right there though. His dad was title adjacent. His dad is one of the greatest ever, and he never held the title.
What were we just saying about Shelton Benjamin? Can we run that story back with his kid?
Yes.
How do we get back?
It always circles right back to this, but it's never ending.
Oh man. But yeah, I think that's if I'm gonna say an overrated storyline, it's probably gonna be that one. I can see Tio right now. I can see Tio, you motherfucker. I was never doing your show again.
You betrayed me.
You had me come on there.
I thought you were my boy.
I thought we were cool. At Chad Polk 391. Do you think there should be a stipulation in Nia Jax's contract to where if she is the reason someone is injured, she's out of the WWE?
Yes. Yes. It needs to be some consequence. Otherwise, like if she injures somebody right now, what's going to happen? She's just gonna get to continue her career while somebody else is out for 6 months.
Who is she actually who can we say for sure 100% and like point with video evidence that it's all her fault that she's injured?
Becky.
I mean,
EO.
okay, yeah, he punched her in the face. She punched her in the face once. I mean, it's wrestling.
What EO? What I forget his EO.
Was it?
Whoever it is, she threw it into the steps and threw it such force that she lost her balance and like rammed fucking face first into the steps.
Why would you put Nia Jax and Kairi Sane in that position? Kairi Sane is like, even amongst like the women wrestlers, like she's really small. I don't know if you've seen her perform in person. Like she's really small, and Nia Jax really is not. So why would you put Nia Jax in that situation? And you know, if you're Nia Jax, I guess you do have to be a little like you got to consider the fact that it's like you throw in a
way bigger.
Yeah, you do gotta kind of dial it back some. But all right, so okay. She may have injured Kairi Sane. All right, whatever. She might have accidentally socked the shit out of Becky Lynch. But I mean, like, who can we point to aside from those two definite things that we totally have evidence of? Yes,
you
that's
pull
two.
up the full list. I can guarantee you, I can find at least 6
Who
names.
else?
That was just those two were off the dome.
Okay, so she dropped Charlotte on her head, but that could have been anybody. All right. Honestly, I got dumped on my head this morning by accident. Okay, it happens. It happens. Charlotte was good. She walked that shit off, no injury.
Well, she's out here slitting people, cutting people on their wrists and stuff. Well, name another one.
I mean, you act like you can't walk. Like that can happen to anybody.
Oh, she shanked him up in the showers. It's okay.
What was they doing in there anyway? Come on.
They're athletes. They all shower together.
No, I think that it sucks because now anytime that anything happens when she's in the ring, folks are going to say, oh, well, it's her fault. Like she injured this person as opposed to I don't think she's going to get any kind of grace the first time that anyone is injured in a match with her. And I don't know that that's totally fair, but part of that is that, a lot of shit does happen when she's in the ring. So,
It's not a coincidence at this point. Once, a coincidence. Twice, okay, it still could be a coincidence, but it's getting kind of shady. 3 times, you're definitely doing this. 4 times, it's 100% your fault. 5 times, get out of here.
Yeah, but 6 times it could be an accident, Masto. Okay, you didn't go 6. You only went 5. So, let's give her some grace.
Just looking at Stevie Richards' review of her debut. It's like he break it down. It's
oh
like, okay.
My God. Just because an accomplished professional wrestler tells you that she messed up and then shows you exactly what she did to fuck up and how she could have cracked someone's ribs does not mean that she's the reason. No, we haven't seen Rhea since then, but that could have been anybody. Dag. Y'all petty.
My boy defending it to the grave, bro.
I'm just Captain Common Sense out here. I'm just Captain Common Sense.
My dude is an A1.
Captain Common
A1.
Sense. Stevie Richards, just because he know what he talking about, we gonna listen to him.
Just because he got 20 plus years
just
in business.
because he got all that experience and knowledge and professional training. Come on. I read. Okay, I saw that special.
Oh, I am crying. Oh.
Jimmy Uso on top. Do you think Solo Sikoa will dethrone Roman Reigns? Roman said he is only dropping to family.
No.
I don't see it.
They have done nothing to build Solo.
Maybe when Roman comes back the week after Fastlane, they can pick that up. And they were teasing friction between the two, and almost that Roman has like a slight like concern about like Solo. He might be afraid of Solo, but Solo would have a long way to go, which means we'd have a lot more time with Roman with that championship around his waist.
Yeah, they got time to build him because WrestleMania is still like what 6 months away, 5 months away.
Yeah,
But-
so if you had to say that Roman is going to drop it to a member of his family, which one could you most see taking the title from him?
It'll be Jay because they're actually doing stuff with him right now.
Right.
Even Jimmy's just like floundering on SmackDown right now. Solo's doing nothing.
I was actually intrigued by Jimmy. I'm intrigued by Jimmy because I don't know where they're going with it, and I like to not know. The problem is they also might not know. But
It seems like it.
But I like the idea of somewhere down the line, it seems like he's going to face Jay, but it also seems like he's very much against the bloodline and that he's disrespecting Paul and all of that. I'm just intrigued. I'm curious to see where they head with it.
I don't know where they're going with it. It's questionable. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Like, yeah.
Kendrick Akoff, you've been telling people that Drew is a heel. When will people listen? So the big question here is, when will people listen to Sir Blackston? Okay, when he tells you that someone's a heel at heart, that person's a heel at heart. Not only a heel, but a criminal. Okay? And yeah, he's been walking around with this illegal weapon, and no one's... If I did that, people be like, oh, Sir Blackston, you can't be out here walking around with a sword in these streets. Oh, but Drew McIntyre does it. Oh, it's part of his costume. Come on. Jesus. UA, do you guys think WWE is doing a poor job at building to their pay-per-views in the past couple of months?
Couple of months, couple of years.
I was going to say, buddy. Their one saving grace for their pay-per-views is the actual pay-per-view, because they always put on banger matches in the pay-per-view, but the builds are typically shit.
Dude, terrible. Hot, steaming pile of dog shit.
If it ain't Bloodline, it's pretty much who cares? The build up to, first off, what matches are on the pay-per-view? I know we got the World Heavyweight Championship match. What else is happening there? And the pay-per-view is like next Saturday.
Yep.
We have no idea what's happening in this damn thing.
That's all I know. World Heavyweight Championship. I don't even know what else is on the card.
Bro, Cody could either be facing Dominic Mysterio, he could be in a 6-man tag match against the Judgment Day, or he could be facing off against Drew McIntyre. Any one of those would make sense, yet none of those make any fucking sense. You know?
Facts. WWE they don't build pay-per-views, man.
No.
They make them happen.
Exactly.
And they show out at them.
They produce pay-per-views.
Yeah.
And finally, Stephen Lawley, do you think Rock Roman needs a title, or can it be done without a title?
Yeah, it absolutely needs a title, because that's kind of like the crown for the tribal chief.
Yeah. I think if it happened in the first year of the tribal chief character, their first WrestleMania, then I could say, all right, I could see it happening without the title, because of just the mindset that Roman has had. But the fact that he's had this long run and it's been built around the championship so well, the story that they've told has been so cohesive, you gotta do it for the title. I know a lot of people would disagree with that, but he didn't ask a lot of people. He asked you and I. That's just the way it is. Like this.
Ain't nobody asked you.
Yeah,
Nobody asked me.
Drop a comment. But I can definitely see those two going at it for the title. The problem is that so many people would say, well, if he faces Roman and it's for the title, that means that we know that The Rock is going to lose this match because he's not going to defend the title. Do we know that? Not the defend part. Do we know that he would have to lose and not beat Roman for the title? We don't know that. We never know.
Yeah, we don't know that, because he could win and defend on night 2.
Exactly. He could win and defend on night 2. He could win and, drop it to Jimmy or Jay or something like that. What we do know is that The Rock is super influential and money. So those two things, when you marry those two together, you can get Roman to drop a championship. I mean, he's family,
I mean, if someone dropped a couple bags on me right now, I'd go face Roman at WrestleMania.
You could drop a half a bag. Okay.
I mean, Loff looks like he's going to do it for free.
I think Loff is going to do it for free. Sidebar, should we be concerned that this might actually happen? Whether or not it's on the card? Man. Do we need to?
I'll run in with him. I got a steel chair.
Do we need to be on Loft watch when we're in the crowd at WrestleMania? Keep your eyes on Loft the entire time. He's like putting on like his elbow pads and shit. Like, yo, Loft, come down.
Oh, yeah. I'm coming for you, Tribal Chief.
Coming for you, Tribal Chief.
I'm right behind him though. I got my steel chair ready. I'm taking out Solo. I'm going for the
bro. If y'all doing all that, Jay is going to pull up and he's going to have the back of the tribal chief. Jay, what is this? Jay Fatu, Jay Uso? You can't call him Jay Uso. I guess another guy. I already got that. You call him Jay Fatu, Jay Aries Fatu. Bro.
Squat up, bro. That's got the whole TikTok wrestling scene just in the ring, beating down the blood.
Tio just pop up from under the ring. Motherfucker. So you a boring storyline, overrated. Overrated. He don't even go after Roman. He comes after me and shit. He's like, motherfucker. Right? Thought we were cool.
Just out of nowhere. Boom, steel chair. Talk shit about Cody again.
Oh man. Anything else we need to discuss?
There's one thing. AEW possibly. There's a story that says AEW reached a deal with Max. There's no details, so I assume pay-per-views will be on there, and it says starting in 2024. Andrew Zarian reported this.
So I heard that also, and I also heard that potentially we could be going to monthly pay-per-views in AEW. And,
yeah, that was reported.
You know, that may be at the request of the folks at Max. You know, they want like monthly pay-per-views. And honestly, I'd be here for it. Even if there's like a small premium for their pay-per-views, if it's like, you know, $3, $5, okay, I'll do that for the Max Live subscription.
Yeah,
but I cannot pay $60 for an AEW pay-per-view. That's just too much.
Way too much. Like, especially with inflation, times are hard out here, bro.
Yeah.
You can't be paying all that just to watch a show.
Yeah, I usually end up hearing about their shows afterwards. So, you know, find out what happened afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, I do watch their shows regularly.
Yeah, okay. Right on. Dynamite and Collision. And Rampage.
Yep.
Dark, but, you know.
I used to watch Dark when I had time. I used to watch Dark regularly, like every week.
So, sir, is there anything else that you'd like to talk about this week?
Well, there's something I always want to talk about, and that's giving you boys a review on Spotify. If you made it to this point in the podcast and you listen to us babble all this time,
so much
I feel
babbling.
like you should just so much time. I feel like you should just drop us a 5-star on Spotify and help us get pushed. Help us get out there. You know, we trying to do our thing. We trying to make a little bit of paper, and you giving us a 5-star will help us do that.
Very much, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I appreciate the listeners for listening.
Yeah, you know, you got to appreciate everybody that show us some love out here.
Right.
There's people, there's regulars out there that every time I see them, it warms my heart. And they're like, man, I hope I love your content. And I'm like,
I love people, random citizen. Like when people just the Q&As. Like I know we get the same Q&A folks participating like every week, but I like that. I mean, that means that they listen and that they like this show.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that really is no joke. That's really appreciated. Like I love to see it when I see the same name again. It's like, oh, that's my dog.
Yeah. Anything else that you'd like to plug, sir?
Oh yeah, I'm the Masked Hope, going like a wildfire out here. 2,400 followers on YouTube. 1,400 followers on Facebook. I can't remember my.
Wait, 2,400 on YouTube?
Yeah, man.
Bro, it seems like just a couple of weeks ago you were at like 1,700, and like the build is crazy, man. Congrats.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We're getting big out here. It is like growing pretty fast. Wish it was faster, but gotta take what you can get. I do appreciate it though. But yeah, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and of course TikTok for daily wrestling news. Follow me. I'm the Masked Hope.
The Masked Hope. And if you're looking for a ship to jump off of, this is the one. You see, I'm not going to ask anyone to follow me anymore. All right? I am tired of seeing these people like leaving in droves on Sir Blackston. So I'm going to reverse psychology this shit. You're looking to get out of something? Okay. You find my account. And if you are following me, join the wave, bro. Join the wave.
Hemorrhaging out here.
Just hemorrhaging followers left, right, up, down, up, left, whatever. Folks are just going. Get with the program. Don't be like everyone else.
Be with the cool kids.
At Sir Blackston. And of course, you can follow the podcast at RIR Podcast. Or is it RIR Pod? I think it's RIR Pod. Doesn't matter. You're leaving anyway. You are leaving anyway. That is all we got. We out. Peace.
Peace.